But Daniel 7, this is the vision of the four beasts, which are four empires. And you get down to this scene in verse 9. Daniel says, as I looked, thrones, plural, that's a plural, has an S on it. Thrones, plural, were set in place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. Again, we know who the Ancient of Days is. It's not a brain teaser. This is God. God is seated. The other thrones, nobody's sitting in there yet. His clothing was white as snow, the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was fiery flames. Its wheels were burning fire. By the way, where have you seen that description before? That's Ezekiel 1. It's the same, divine chariot throne description. A stream of fire issued and came out before him. 1,000,000 served him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The court, the council sat in judgment, and the books were open. Heavenly books, by the way, are an interesting topic. We did a whole episode on my podcast on that. It's part of the job of the heavenly host to keep track of everything that happens, not because God needs information or God has a bad memory. It's a metaphor designed to tell us that God doesn't miss anything. But look who participates in the proceedings. It's a heavenly council. So, you run into these things that are very easy to sort of read over. The supernatural realm has organization. It's not a chaotic mess. It's not a Keystone Cops scene. It has order and coherence. And the biblical writers, who are not privy to that world, it's the supernatural world, to describe its order and its coherence, they use a metaphor that they're familiar with, the language of the royal court. God is king. He has a council. He has an administration. The administration has certain tiered levels.